Hello students, here I am your MB ma'am. Today I am going to discuss with you about a chapter which is called Force and Law of Motions. This chapter is included in your half yearly syllabus. I hope you all got the study materials already. So I am here with a video recording of this chapter. Today we will discuss about the force, different type of force and the Newton's law of motions. In today's class, we will discuss about the theory part generally, and beside that, we will do some mathematical examples also. So let's start the chapter. The first thing I am going to discuss with you is force. What is force? Force is something which is used by us to change of positions of any object or to change the state of motions of any object is called force. Suppose there is a pen, and if we are applying any force to it, then the position of the pen is changing. So this is called force. So there are two types of force. One is balance force and another one is unbalanced force. When there is a copy and there is a pen, and now I am applying a force to the copy, but the copy is not moving. Why? Because is equal amount of force is applying by the copy to the floor. So the two forces are cancelled out and the copy is not moving. Or you can say that the force which I am applying to the copy is much lesser than the force applying by the copy to the floor. So this force is called balance force because here the force is balanced. So the net force applying to the copy is 0. And which one is unbalanced force? When the same force I am applying to this pen, the pen is moving. So that means the force which I am applying to this pen is much greater than the force applying by the pen to the floor. So this force is not balancing. So this force is called unbalanced force. And here the net force is not 0. Okay. Now there are three laws which is given by scientist Newton, and these laws are called law of motions. So now I am going to discuss with you about the first law of motion. What is first law of motions? Every body or every object try to remain on its positions until or unless an external force are applying to it. Actually, an external unbalanced force is applying to it. So if a body is rest, then it's trying to be at rest. Or if a body is in motions, then it's always try to be in motions until or unless an unbalanced force is applying to it. Suppose there is a pen and this pen is not moving and it's always try to remain in its positions until an external force is applying to it. This is called the first law of motions, and from this law the definition of force is actually arrived. Okay, so the definition of force is actually arrived from this law, first law of motion. Please try to remember this one. Now from first law of motions, another thing is arrived, which one is called inertia. That's why this first law of motion is also called law of inertia. Now what is law of inertia? Everybody is try to, what I told that everybody is try to remain in its positions because a force is always offered by this body, or a restrictions is always offered by this body, and this restrictions is called inertia actually. So inertia actually is a physical quantity, physical characteristics. When I am applying a force on this pen, the pen is first trying to resist my force, and this force which is applying by this pen to the opposite direction of the force which is applying by me is called inertia. Okay. So when I am applying the same force on the copy and the pen, the copy is not moving. Why? This copy has much more inertia than this pen. Why? Because the mass of the copy is greater than this pen. So inertia is always depend on the mass. So if the mass is greater, then the inertia of the body is also greater. Inertia is always denoted by I. I hope it is clear for you that what is inertia. Now let's come to the second law of motion. What is second law of motion? Second law of motion is the rate of change of momentum of an body is directly proportional to the force applied to it. I hope you all got the study materials already. Still I am writing it here again. The rate of change of momentum of an body is directly proportional to the force applied to it. So what is the rate of change of momentum? Okay, before that, what is momentum? Momentum is equal to m into v. That means the product of mass and velocity is called momentum. And momentum is denoted by p. So p is equal to m into v. Now here momentum is a vector quantity. Why? Because as you know that velocity is a vector quantity. So it is also a vector quantity. Now what is change of momentum? Change of momentum means final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay. So what will be the final momentum? As you know that the final velocity is always denoted by v and the initial velocity is always denoted by u. So final velocity is equal to v. So final momentum is mv and initial momentum is mu. Now rate of change of momentum means, so there must be a t on the denominator because momentum is changing in respect of time. Now the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to f. Now as you know that to remove any proportional sign, you have to multiply it with any constant. Suppose this is k. So mv minus mu by t. Now if you take m common, then you will get this one. अब देखो एक कुछ मतलब I think you know this already ना. V minus u by t. This is the acceleration or a. So F is equal to kma. This is the formula of force. So the definition of force is arrived from first law of motion and the formula of force is arrived in second law of motion. Now force is also a vector quantity. As force has a directions, when I am applying a force on anything, it has a direction. Now as you know that K is equal to 1, so F is equal to MA. Now from this figure, you can measure the unit of force. If M is measured in kg, obviously in SI, okay? M is in kg and A is equal to meter per second square. Then F is equal to kg मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. अब इतना बड़ा यूनिट हम रख नहीं सकते ना. That's why we called it Newton. Okay, so this is the unit of force. तो इस टर्म को देख कर डर मत जाना, ठीक है? इसी को कहते हैं न्यूटन. अब यहाँ से we can arrive the definition of Newton. Suppose there is a 1 kg body and we are applying a force to it, and because of the force it produces a acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Then this force is called Newton or 1 Newton. So what is 1 Newton? If we applied a force on a 1 kg body and because of that it produces 1 meter per second square acceleration, then the force is called 1 Newton. I think अभी तक जितना भी पढ़ाया सब क्लियर हो गया होगा. Balance force, unbalanced force, after that first law of motion, second law of motions, and then the formula of force. तो चलो कुछ मैथ करते हैं, ठीक है? सपोज Ramu is trying to, not trying to, Ramu is driving its scooter or bike with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay. After applying a force, क्योंकि बाइक को स्टार्ट करने के लिए फोर्स तो देना पड़ता है. सो आफ्टर अप्लाइंग ए फोर्स फॉर 4 seconds, now find out the force and weight of the bike. Suppose 50 kg. Okay. So Ramu is driving his bike with a velocity of 10 meter per second after applying a force for 4 seconds. Actually ये पहले होना चाहिए था, ठीक है? After applying a force for 10 seconds, Ramu is driving his bike with a velocity 8 meter per second. Now find out the F and weight of the body is 50 kg. मतलब सम का मतलब यही है कि रामू उसका बाइक को स्टार्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, तो 4 सेकेंड कोशिश करने के बाद उसका बाइक स्टार्ट होता है एंड ही इज ड्राइविंग हिज बाइक विद ए वेलोसिटी ऑफ 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. अब जो फाइंड आउट करना है वो है फोर्स. सो एज यू नो द फॉर्मूला F इज इक्वल टू ma और by T. Now you have to find out F. M is equal to 50 kg and V is equal to 8 and what is U? जब वो बाइक को स्टार्ट कर रहा था तब उसका बाइक रेस्ट पे था. That's mean when any object is starting from rest, that's mean its u is equal to 0. So it is 0 and t is 4 second. So if you cut down, then you will get 100 Newton. So कितना फोर्स देना पड़ा? 100 Newton. So please don't go on the digits or all those things because ये जो साम था बिल्कुल मेरा माइंड से था, ठीक है? Just to clear your concept. Okay, तो चलो अब और एक सम करते हैं. Now suppose again रामू को ही लेते हैं. रामू इज ड्राइविंग ए कार. रामू के पास कार भी है with a velocity 10 meter per second. Now he is applying a force minus 500 Newton to stop his car. ऐसा तो होता है, कभी कभी ब्रेक दबाना पड़ता है ना. So Ramu is driving a car with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Now he is applying a force minus 500 Newton to stop his car. Find out S. मतलब कितना डिस्टेंस जाने के बाद एक कार रुकेगा. ओके, सो सपोज द वेट ऑफ द कार इज 100 kg. इज इट क्लियर? रामू एक कार चला रहा था कितना वेलोसिटी में? 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड में. अब अचानक कोई आ गया सामने तो उसको ब्रेक दबाना पड़ा विथ ए फोर्स 500 न्यूटन. अब कितना टाइम के बाद वो कार रुकेगा? आफ्टर ट्रेवलिंग हाउ मच डिस्टेंस द कार विल स्टॉप. सो to find out S, first you have to recall the equations which resemble with S. ऐसा कोई भी एक इक्वेशन सोचो जिसमें S होगा. ओके, तो from our first chapter we know this formula v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. Why this formula? Because from these sums you can find out A very easily. क्योंकि फोर्स दिया हुआ है, एम दिया हुआ है, एज एंड यू नो दैट ए इज इक्वल टू एफ बाई एम. ओके, सो फर्स्ट फाइंड आउट ए एंड ए इज इक्वल टू एफ बाई एम. सो minus 500 and 100. So it is meter per second square. Now see, a is equal to minus 5 meter per second square. Why minus? बिकॉज उसने ब्रेक दबाया था. दैट्स मीन एक्सेलरेशन नहीं हुआ. क्या हुआ? रिटार्डेशन हुआ. दैट्स वाई देयर इज अ माइनस. सो ए तो निकल गया. अब क्या होगा? v. रामू इज ड्राइविंग ए कार विथ ए वेलोसिटी 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. सो v तो 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड है. नाउ ही इज अप्लाइंग ए फोर्स टू स्टॉप हिज कार. दैट्स मीन द फाइनल वेलोसिटी सॉरी u इज गिवन है 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. तो इस फाइनल वेलोसिटी रुकेगा कार, सो इट विल बी 0. नाउ अप्लाइंग दिस वैल्यू टू दिस फॉर्मूला, b इज इक्वल टू 0 स्क्वायर एंड u इज 10 स्क्वायर. so this 2 into minus 5 into s. So it will be 10 square means 100 and 5 into 2 10 s. Is it? So 0 0 cancel out हो गया. Minus minus is also cancel out. So S is equal to 10 meter. That's mean after traveling 10 meter the car will stop. इतना डिस्टेंस जाने के बाद वो कार रुकेगा. I hope this is also clear for you. Okay, and these two sums will clear your concept very much कि तुम कोई भी sum up कर सकोगे. So for today I am ending here. We will discuss about our next topic like the Newton's third law of motions and the conservation of momentum. Okay, so we will discuss this topic on our next class.